Alright, world. So I have this idea. Um, this kind of brewed not too long ago. Um, Looking at different testimonies and also, reading different articles. And I definitely recommend testimonies. I am second. Awesome testimonies from some of the most famous people in this world that some of us don't even know the Lord, just as good, if not better than us. But the thing that really kind of got me thinking when I watched Lecrae, which he's awesome, listen to him if you never have, was this idea of molding culture in Christ. Now, first of all, bear with me. Don't worry about the backdrop. Try to stay focused. But, this isn't going to be something, I guess as structured as some of the things that I've looked at and done in my life. But I just want to kind of to try out this idea and kind of mix this idea of culture and Christ. And what I mean by that, I know it sounds confusing right now, but I'll clarify. Essentially, looking at Lecrae's testimony, and he mentioned this conference that he went to before he got saved, with one of his Christian friends, and he was just so taken aback by just how people could be so, embedded into their culture and still be completely in love with Christ at the same time. And another thing that I read was an article about why people like my age tend to leave the church. And there were a bunch, there were 6 big reasons that this paper researched, and one of them hit me about how it seems like church might make everything seem like it's a sin. But I just kind of have this idea in my mind. I just kind of want to vent, and on top of the fact of giving my opinion about culture and Christ. Now, keep in mind that in this series, not everything that I say will be fact. Not everything I say will be biblical. But I would hope that my opinion and the things I do look at, part of it will be biblical, and that I can use the Bible to back me up. Just in case maybe some of the things I say are in question. And just because I say it doesn't make it right. That's definitely not the case, but I just want to kind of give my 2 cents about what I believe to kind of, I guess, comfort people who have the same ideas and have just been too afraid to share it, or just feel like they'd be alienated if they ever did. In my opinion, you can be fully embedded into your culture and still love Christ at the same time. Now, throughout this series, there's different things I definitely want to look at that I think are really popular subjects that really don't have a whole lot of clarity. And like I said, hopefully I can use as much biblical principle as possible to kind of back me up, just in case anybody trying to call me out. Now, different things I want to look at: tattoos, gauges, music, movies, sex, a lot of different things I just kind of want to talk about that I think definitely need to be put on the table. In this video, it's just kind of like a general introduction of what I want to do. And I definitely want to get my research together before I really start to try to, I guess, throw my opinion out there. And it's hard to throw my opinion about something that I don't have any knowledge about. So, just stay tuned and look forward to the next one. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but I hope that I can give some really good information on whatever the subject may be. I just want people out there to know that you don't have to give up the things that you love to be in love with your Creator. At the same time, there are things that I do definitely think the Bible explicitly says that we do have to give up. And it's not easy, but there are things that, the rest of the world we can't be a part of. We got to give that up. But the end result is well worth it. But on that same note, I believe there are a lot of things that we can kind of hold to ourselves to make us unique, and that we don't have to be the cookie cutter, I guess, TV Christian, and that there are a lot of things that we can still love and still, enjoy doing without giving up God. I mean, of course, we got to put the Lord first. And He's our Creator, and that's just what we got to do. But there are plenty of things that we can still love and still love to do. I know a lot of times, me personally, I guess I'll just kind of give anecdotes about my life to kind of reinforce my points. I know a lot of times in a lot of settings that I'm in, being around friends and stuff pretty much my entire life that aren't really Christians, just kind of normal everyday people who either don't know what to believe or don't want to believe what I believe. And even strangers right off the bat, you look at me in public, it's probably one of the last thoughts you have is that I'm in love with God and that I'm a Christian myself. And I can totally see that, because like I said, I mean, I think the world has this idea of what a cookie cutter Christian is, and I just kind of want to vouch for all of us out there that love the Lord and can be ourselves at the same time, and let people know that it's okay to do certain things, or to listen to certain music, or to have gauges, or tattoos and stuff like that, and that it's part of a culture. I mean, we all have our culture, we all have our things that we love. And we love hip-hop music, we love hip-hop dancing, things like that. Then I feel like if that's something that we love to do, we want to be happy, the Lord wants us to be happy, so that's our culture. And when we say that's what we love to do before we accept Christ, I feel like after we accept Christ that we don't completely have to rid ourselves of things that we love. I mean, God didn't call us to be miserable, and I totally believe that. And in order to not be miserable, there's got to be things in this life that we love to do that I feel like you should be able to still do, or to still totally want to do. So like I said, throughout the series, it's different things I feel like I should talk about, just to kind of give people a different perspective on a lot of things, and to let them know that everything in the world isn't sin. You're not going to hell for every single thing that you love to do outside of church. I encourage people who don't know the Lord that might see this to just kind of know that we don't always have to be this cookie cutter type of person that TVs or movies portray to be in love with the Lord. That you can still totally be enveloped in your culture and love God at the same time. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. But, like I said, this is just kind of an idea. I guess this is a pilot, if you will. So, I encourage people out there that might watch this that, I plan on, making this something big. And I always think pretty much every day, what can I do to impact this world? Working and going to school makes it a little bit difficult, but maybe this will make some sort of difference. So I hope by the end of it makes some sort of difference in people my age, maybe even older, maybe even younger's lives. So just be strong, be positive. Remember, God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, so that whoever shall believe in Him shall not perish, but have eternal life. John 3:16. Probably the most memorable verse, but as much as we talk about it, you gotta think about it. It means a lot. So, world, stay tuned. Next video, looking at a totally different subject. I'm gonna get my facts straight, come back to you all, and try to give my best biblical opinion on it. So, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.